Reporter Cronkite in our newsroom, and there has been an attempt, as perhaps you know now, on the life of President Kennedy. He was wounded in an automobile driving from Dallas Airport into downtown Dallas, along with Governor...
That news anchor, as you probably just heard in the clip, is named Walter Cronkite. He is this guy. Or this one, back in his broadcasting days. To be fair, he had his own show on CBS for 19 years. Of course, that's only the beginning of Cronkite's story. A lot happens in the life of a guy who works at CBS for 31 years. And well, that's just the way it is. Cronkite was born on November 4th, 1916 in St. Joseph, Missouri. He then moved and was raised in Houston, Texas, and ended up working at the Houston Post newspaper, starting his work there in 1935. After that, he ended up working for a bunch of Midwest radio stations. And after that, he ended up working at CBS in 1950 as a television reporter. He covered political conventions, elections, and worked on a few programs there. After working at CBS for 12 years, he helped launch CBS Evening News, which was the prime of his career, for 19 years. This was the point that Cronkite became extremely well known to America. In fact, in an opinion poll during the time, Cronkite was voted the most trusted man in America. Being trustworthy also tied into his catchy sign-off line, quote, "and that's the way it is," unquote. This has a rather interesting story attached to it as follows.
I had the naive idea that with a half hour we'd have time at the end of the broadcast for a little quirk of fate story, one of those one or two paragraph stories which could be either happy or sad or sardonic or whatever. And so I adopted it, like it primarily for a very good reason. He said, "You're telling people that's the way it is." Well, we can make mistakes in that broadcast. It's not necessarily the way it is. You're bragging about something we can't produce. Well, I realized he was right about it, but by that time, a couple of days had gone by, and people were already commenting on it. It just caught on instantly. And I pointed out to him that distinguished broadcasters like Edward R. Murrow would have their sign-off line. His was "good night" and "good luck." And Lowell Thomas, "so long until tomorrow," and so forth. And all these guys had them, and why shouldn't I have one? Well, he yielded to let us try it. And it did, it built, it snowballed into something people seem to appreciate.
However, it was too late to remove the phrase, as it had already caught on, so they stuck with it. But it's nice to see that the most trustworthy man in America at the time was surrounded by other truth-seeking people. During his career, Cronkite got the ability to broadcast many things, some of them good, mainly bad. Going back to the beginning of this video, if you'll remember, it says that Cronkite's broadcasted the announcement of President Kennedy's death.
The flash, apparently official, President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, some 38 minutes ago.
Besides the JFK assassination, Cronkite also reported on the Vietnam War and the Watergate scandal, acting as a voice of reason throughout those two conflicts. Once again, Cronkite acted as a voice of impartiality, honest reporting, and level-headed logic. His efforts in the news earned him many awards, winning 9 in his life. He even managed to get one named after him, the Walter Cronkite Award. This is the 2011 winner, for the record. When Cronkite died on July 17th back in 2009 at the age of 92, people honored his old title earnestly. They mourned for the forever trusted and loved icon. Cronkite is an important icon in journalism. That much is undeniable. To quote Cronkite himself,
"And that's the way it is."